Welcome to Buzzard's Corner of Love. Think outside the box, where you can experience new life experiences, angels. You can change yourself and create new opportunities for yourself, or you can also create a new you by ingesting these spiritual principles and be a whole brand new you by 2026. That and so much more if you choose to think outside the box. I am Heather Buzzard of Buzzard's Corner of Love, bringing people back to themselves where we uplift and inspire you to become more who you truly came here to be. Angels, we are wrapping up this month of patience. Yet before we get into that, I'd like to say you can go over to buzzardscorner.com, BUZZARDSKORNER, Buzzards Corner with the K.com. Angels, we put up a post, benefits of patience. So if you can't hear this, check our article out on our website. Maybe you'll be able to hear it when you read it back to yourself. The benefits of patience. It will help you move forward in life. Yet before we get started, angels, grab your favorite drink. Today I'm drinking ice water. Can you believe it's October, almost the end of October? It is 94 degrees out here in Los Angeles. So I'm drinking ice water today. Delicious. So sit back and relax with your favorite beverage as we wrap up this month of the benefits of patience. Knowing that patience is self love, we learned that. And we had our meditation where we were able to release any angst energy or negative energy. We did that. Last week, we learned about cultivating patience in relationships with others. So today, we're going to take this and we're going to wrap it up, and we're going to talk about how you can actually use this patience in relationship with others, use it out into the world. So let me give you an explanation of what cultivating patience is. It's the consciousness, it's the conscious process of developing the ability to remain calm and composed even when situations are out of control, when facing delays, challenges, frustration, transforming negative emotions, or opportunities for growth and understanding. That is what cultivating patience is all about. And like I said earlier, we learned what patience was. We released negative energy. We learned how to take it into relationships. So now we need to cultivate that patience within ourselves and use that and take that out into the world. And I tell you, angels, this last month in working with patients, I've become aware of my patience level. Patience with myself here in my home, patience outside of my home, patience when I'm driving. And it has made a difference just being consciously aware. And really, the key is the more patient you are with yourself, the more patient you are with life. So ask yourself, am I truly patient with myself? And if I'm not, how can I become more patient with myself? Because the benefits will free you. So knowing that you can cultivate patience by practicing mindfulness, you can reframe situations, you can manage your emotional responses instead of reacting to a situation. You can choose to take some deep breaths, pause, and then respond to that situation. And that takes practice. And I'm speaking from experience, angels, because I have been one to just off at the mouth without even thinking, and can still do that. Yet there are times when I will consciously make myself stop, take some deep breaths, and then respond or just be quiet. And being quiet is a very powerful tool, not saying anything. It's trusting that things will unfold in their own time, which leads you to a better relationship with yourself and a better relationship with others. And it reduces stress and brings a greater peace in your life. So, if you ever wondered if these principles work, I suggest implement them in your life and find out if they work. They do work. but you will be amazed at how much more peaceful you're able to walk through life with patience. And you may ask, well, that's all great and dandy, but I don't know how to cultivate patience. Well, I'm going to give you some tips on how you can cultivate patience if you choose to practice this. This isn't something that you can buy, and it isn't something that you can just look at one time and go out into the world. This is a practice. This is an everyday, ongoing practice. Continuously, I talk with myself about being patient, being more patient with myself, with others. And when I'm in a situation where I am impatient, I acknowledge it. First of all, I become aware of it, acknowledge it, forgive myself for it. If I need to go back and apologize to that person or that situation, I do that as well. And it's freedom for myself, angels. Freedom for me. Practicing mindfulness, being present in the moment by noticing the details and sensations, which helps you observe impatience without being overwhelmed by it. So if you're in a family situation or a work situation and you feel impatient, you can actually practice mindfulness and be present in that moment and speak with yourself, doing some deep breathing exercises, being still, looking outside the window, going for a walk, getting up, walking around the office. Yet you can practice mindfulness so you don't have to just react to that impatience. You can reframe your thoughts. Instead of seeing delays as a personal affront to you, you can view them as a chance to read, reflect, or simply breathe. I know I have a tendency to take life personal. Things happen outside myself that I'm unable to control. I can take that personal. Yet, angels' life isn't meant to be taken personal. I've learned that the hard way. It's much easier when we're able to look at life from an objective point of view, from a detached viewpoint, because then that patience, that understanding, that clarity comes. And we don't take it personal. And what I've come to realize is when I don't take life personal, then I'm not fighting against anything. I'm not defending anything. I'm not trying to rationalize any behavior, any negative behavior within myself, and I flow more with life when I'm willing to be patient with myself. Slow down. The simple act of slowing down can cultivate patience in your life. Pause, breathe before reacting. Allow yourself to move at a more natural pace. And if you aren't aware of what that pace is, start becoming aware of it. Notice how you move. Notice how your body feels. We walk every day now. And I tell you, angels, by walking, it loosens up the body and you're walking into your good. I truly believe that. Walking into good, releasing your body, releases toxins and things that it no longer needs. It releases pent up negative energy. I've experienced it in my own body simply just by the simple act of getting up every day and walking. So allow yourself to slow down. Slow down your activities, slow down your breathing, slow down life. And don't feel like you're being left out. Manage your expectations. Understand that everything will happen as planned. That's trusting in divine order and knowing that divine order unfolds perfectly when you're able to trust that. And you can understand that everything is happening in divine timing as well. And you can embrace flexibility, angels, and letting go of rigid control can truly increase your patience. How many of us are impatient because we are trying to control things? I know from past experience, I have been in that situation. I'm trying to control the situation, trying to control myself, control the outcome, control the people involved in the situation, and it doesn't work. All it did was get me frustrated, angry, upset, more agitated, more irritated because it didn't go the way that I wanted it to. doesn't work. That's control. Yet when you trust in divine timing and you trust in that unseen energy, the deep breathing, the letting go, the detachment allows you to relax into that trust and it will come forth. And I know the difference from trying to control and from releasing and letting go. And I will tell you, angels, I will take release and letting go over trying to control any day because controlling only makes me sick. Controlling only frustrates me. Controlling doesn't work and it never comes out the way that I wanted it to. Yet by releasing control and trusting in divine timing, trusting in God and the universe, I get excited about what's coming because I know that it's good. And I know that it will benefit me. And I know that I will be at the certain spaces and places that I need be to receive what it is this universe has to give me. Gratitude. We spoke about that. Practicing gratitude, feeling grateful is shown to improve the ability to delay gratification and wait patiently for larger rewards. Angels, I have been practicing gratitude in my life for years, and I am looking in the long term because of what it is that I'm practicing gratitude for, and I know that that time is almost around the corner. Yet I will say that it's by my being willing to practice that gratitude, to practice giving thanks, even when things didn't change, even when I felt alone, even when I felt like nobody was listening. Yet the universe heard me. And that's where I place my trust. I don't place it in humans. I place my trust in spirit. And I know today that the universe hears everything that I speak, everything that I think. I also know that divine timing is God's timing. And I also know that by waiting on God's timing, I benefit myself and receive so much more than the small me trying to go out and control, fix, and have it the way the small me desires it. I've been on both sides of the coins, angels. I'll take God any day. Identify your triggers. We spoke about this last week. Identify what triggers you. If you know that you get triggered being around loud noises, don't be around loud noises. If you know you get triggered by violence or being in a violent environment, extract yourself from that or whatever it may be. But identify your triggers because recognizing the specific situations or people that make you impatient helps you prepare for healthier responses. As I've gotten to know myself, I know who I am and I know what makes me impatient and I know what doesn't. And because of that, I know when to put myself into situations and when I don't. I'll give you an example. One thing I'm blessed, unless I absolutely have to, I don't put myself in midday or early morning traffic out here in LA because if I'm in that, I do become impatient. So I do my best to take myself out of that so that I don't have to be triggered by it. Yet, when I have appointments or whatnot, I'm blessed enough to have medical transportation. Yet, I tell you, angels, even being in that back seat, I can sometimes be that back seat driver and get impatient. Yet, I have the opportunity to just relax and let go. And I've been practicing that more and more. So that's just an example of a trigger in knowing yourself. Focus on what you can control. Redirect your energy from what you can't change to productive actions that you can take. Example, knowing you can't control anybody or anything outside of yourself, but you're desiring to have a particular relationship or a particular job, but you can't control that situation, you can control how you respond to that. You can control what your thinking is. You can control your perspective on it. And you can control your relationship with it when you get into alignment with your higher self. And you can walk through that period in an easier manner. Develop self compassion. Angels, that was one thing that I'm still working on, is developing self-compassion. As much compassion as you have for self is as much compassion you will have for others. And over the years, I have developed more self-compassion for me than I have ever had. And I've been able to display that to others. Yet I am still a work in progress and I have got a long way to go. Yet I can tell you, by developing self compassion, it has helped me love myself. It has helped me to know that I am worthy, that I am deserving, that I deserve to receive, that I am safe, that I am healthy, wealthy, well trusted, that I am a leader, that I can step into my purpose here on this planet. And this is all just by developing self compassion. So, where in your life are you able to develop more self compassion for yourself? So that way you can extend that self compassion toward others. Because now that I've developed more self compassion toward Heather, I can extend that to my inner circle, to my ladies that I go and help out at the church. I can serve, I can give. Angels, I am smiling at children. Self compassion. I was watching a video earlier today about dogs and how they have been caught up in this dog meat market. And angels, I had tears in my eyes. That's compassion. And I've never been a dog lover, yet developing compassion for yourself opens up your heart and it opens up the ability to feel compassionate for others. Trusting the process. Remind yourself that the meaningful outcomes take time and effort. And that is one thing I've shared with you, angels, over the course of the years, is that I've always been one to instantaneous, 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 because I know it's done in the spiritual realm. Yet I have to remind myself that it takes time to reach me and to trust the process. Don't doubt, don't talk myself out of it, don't self sabotage. That was another thing that I used to do, angels. I used to self sabotage myself. I'd be to a certain point and then I would turn back around and self sabotage. I know that I haven't done that in this period of my life because I know what self sabotage is and I know what it isn't. So I know that I've walked through that. Yet trusting the process is what allows you to drop that self sabotage. Ask yourself, do you trust the process of life? Do you trust life to bring you abundance? Do you trust life to bring you what it is that you need in any moment, at any time? And if you don't, who do you trust? We're going to give you some benefits of cultivating patience, angels. You have stronger relationships. Patience fosters empathy, kindness, and better communication. And the world needs that at this time. It also reduces stress and it increases your inner peace. And the world needs our peace. We are the world. So when we're peaceful inside, then the world is peaceful. Less frustration means greater emotional stability and inner calm. And I'm a living example of that. I'm blessed to have a peaceful home and a peaceful environment. Yet I had to make it that way. And I had choices that I had to make in order for that to be. Greater resilience. You become better equipped to handle setbacks and view them as temporary obstacles. And that is true, angels, because with this open heart surgery that I had last year, I was able to look at that from a different viewpoint. Even though knowing that it would set me back for a period of time, I knew on the other end I would be a healthier, more vibrant person. And that's exactly who I've come out to be. improves your health. Patience is linked to overall well being and can lead to more positive outlooks. So, when you're being patient with life, patient with yourself, you feel better about who you are, you have a more positive viewpoint about life. Angels, look at the world. The world is very impatient, and impatience is attached to negativity. Get out of the world. We can be in the world, yet we don't have to be of this world. Create your own world. Be patient within yourself, and the universe will bring you people who are patient as well. And you'll have a totally different experience of life. I'm a living testimony of it. Angels, the last one is better goal achievement. Patient individuals are more likely to persist through challenges and achieve long term success. And I am a living testimony of that as well. I started Buzzard's Corner of Love back in 2012. We're in 2025. And it has been a gradual progression as the years have been on. 5 years of blog writing, 5 years of radio. Then here in the YouTube, we've done a year with women TV shows, and now we're into YouTube. So it is progressing. Having my book coming out, my life memoir, talking about that and speaking about that. So I'm in this for the long term. And by knowing that I am in this for the long term, I know that my goals will be reached because I'm willing to be patient with the process. I have been impatient during these years, yet I remind myself that this is a process and to trust the process. So, angels, these are all ways that we can implement patience into our life and that we can cultivate patience. We've talked about cultivating patience, and we've talked about the benefits of cultivating patience. So take these videos that we've had this month, listen to them if you need to again. Allow yourself to truly become as patient with yourself as you can. Because in truth, angels, the truth is how patient you are with yourself is exactly how patient you are with others. Again, I'm a living testimony and example of that. Over on our website, Angels, we put up a posting, Benefits of Patience. If you like, you can go over there and check that out. It's a great article to help you move forward with patience in your life. We've got my book, Breaking Shame, Reclaiming My Identity, coming out January of 2026, Angels. We have 20 pre-signed copies. If you'd like a pre-signed copy, you can email us at BUZZARDSKORNER, BUZZARDSKORNER at gmail.com in the subject line pre-order, and we'll definitely put your name on the list to get a pre-signed copy of my life memoir, Breaking Shame, Reclaiming My Identity. Angels, you can go to buzzardscorner.com, BUZZARDSKORNER, Buzzards Corner with a K.com. Check out our blog postings over there. Join our YouTube channel here. Like, subscribe, share. It helps us get this message out into the world. Angels, you can also pick up coaching packages. We have individual and group coaching packages that are available if you'd like, and so much more over on our website at buzzardscorner.com, BUZZARDSKORNER, Buzzards Corner with a K.com. Halloween is at the end of the month. It's coming this Friday. I'm not one to celebrate it, but I wish everybody a happy and safe Halloween. Group activities, Angels. Go and do group activities with your kids. Next month, our theme of the month will be judgment. That's a good one. And I am looking forward to speaking about judgment. That's our theme of the month. We'll be talking about that next Tuesday. Judgment and how that can work for us or against us in our life. Until then, Angels, I'm Heather Buzzard of Buzzard's Corner of Love, bringing people back to themselves.